coming out. It's great to be here. I'd like to start out by just thanking the outgoing chair, Russ MacArthur, for all his time and services as chair. I don't know where you want to but let's get to reiterate what Steve just said. It's great that we have 3 great candidates, and however this plays out, we know that in March we're going to have a Democratic mayor for the first time in 30 years. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bram Kranichfeld. I am a city councilor in Ward 2. I'm also a deputy state's attorney at the Chittenden County office. I'm formerly the chair of the Burlington Electric Commission, which met right here. I live on High Street in the Old North End with my wife Erin, who's working very hard to become a teacher. And I'm running for mayor. And I'm running for mayor because I believe that we can fundamentally change the way that we do business in the city. And that this election coming up in March is our golden opportunity as a community to come together and to move forward. Now, the first thing we have to do is get our fiscal house in order. We have got to clean up the accounting system. It's got to be clear, it's got to be transparent, it's got to be accessible. If you have to rely on your chief administrative officer leaning over your shoulder to tell you where the money's coming, where the money's going, you've got a problem. Now, I used to be a business lawyer. I'm not a stranger to a balance sheet. I'm not a stranger to finance. And I'm going to know if $17 million is missing from the till. We have got to change our budget process in the city. You can't even think about raising taxes until you've gone through the budget with a fine-tooth comb and you've looked for every single efficiency that you can find. Now, I'll tell you something. That was the exact opposite of what happened in this last process. The mayor came to us, asked for a 4-cent tax increase without a proposed budget. I voted against that. I said, we don't have enough information. The response I got was, you know what? This is the process. This is how we do business. Well, it's time that we change the way we do business in Burlington. And we have to deal with Burlington Telecom. Now, when I'm mayor, I'm going to keep an open mind. I think we all need to keep an open mind. Look at all proposals that come to the table. But the bottom line has got to be getting our city back into as strong a financial position as we can possibly be in, and to get our credit rating back up to AAA status. And if we can do those things, if we can get if we get back on track, if we can get the fiscal house in order, then it's time that we got focused on some of the burning issues that have been left by the wayside in the last few years, and that we grow the city in a positive way. And for me, there are 3 pillars to that: safe neighborhoods, strong schools, and a vibrant downtown. I want to live in a city with a vibrant downtown. I want to live in a city that makes a sustained effort to attract and retain business. I think the Community Economic Development Organization needs to be much more focused on being a partner for business rather than an obstacle. We've got to focus on public-private partnerships because, let's face it, it's the way of the future. But we've got to do so in a way that's consistent with our values as a community, politically, morally, and environmentally. Because although we want to grow the city, Burlington is not for sale. And I want to live in a city with safe neighborhoods. I want to live in a city where you can have your kids walk to school without worrying about it, or where you can leave your door unlocked. And for me, that means a holistic, coordinated community policing program. But it's not just about crime, it's also about traffic safety. We should have a much more focus on pedestrian safety, we should have much more of a focus on bike safety, and we should focus on complete streets. If I'm mayor, I promise you that I would work as hard as I could to make Burlington the greenest city in the country. And I want to live in a city, and this is probably the most important point, I want to live in a city with strong schools. Because a strong school system is the foundation for growth. It's why people come here and it's why people stay here. And every single person in this town has the right to send their child to an excellent public school system. And when I'm mayor, I will be as strong an advocate for the school system as I can be, and I'll fight for a school system that's dynamic, diverse, and that gives our children every opportunity that they deserve. And we can do these things. We can do these things, but we have to come together as a community. We have to get on the same page as a community, and we have to have the leadership to get us there. Now, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to make these decisions. I'm ready to move us forward. As a city councilor, I have consistently made decisions with my eye on what's best for Burlington in the long run. I have not swayed in the short-term political winds, and I will continue to do that as mayor. As chair of the Burlington Election Commission, I fought for renewable energy at affordable rates, and I will continue to do that as mayor. And as a deputy state's attorney, as a criminal prosecutor, I make hard decisions every day. Every day, I put my credibility on the line, I make decisions, and I follow through on them. And these are decisions that deeply affect this community. I don't take any of them lightly, but I make them. They're part of the job. And I will do that as mayor. And frankly, I think that's what we need right now most of all, somebody who can make decisions and follow through on them. And again, if we can get there, if we can all come together as a community, we can make Burlington what it once was and what it always will be, the city upon the hill. Now, thank you very much for coming out. I look forward to speaking to each and every one of you before the caucus. I look forward to the series of debates that I believe both myself and Roe have called for. And we really, it's important that we air out all these issues. But thanks a lot, and I will be talking to you all soon.